So there's a new wrestling game that just got announced via Steve Mason over on Twitter. I'll leave all the links and descriptions and all the stuff in the description below. The game is called Neckbreaker, and he just released a new trailer, and you can wishlist it on Steam as of right now. So let's go watch this trailer, and let's see what he's cooked up. All right, here we are on YouTube. Let's start this thing. I'll keep the volume down a little bit. Hopefully there's no copyright. Wow, the physics. Oh, this looks really clean. Ooh. Neckbreaker. Nice. Good name too. Cool. Let's watch this again. All right, now we'll go play by play here. Wow, look at that. Look at the. Is that a counter ability, or is that just a? That looks like a counter. Drop down. Boom. It looks like it reacts to the environment, kind of like casual pro wrestling with the ragdoll physics a little bit. Something 2K hasn't even figured out how to do yet is how to make the character just react to everything that's going on in the environment. Oh, nice. 2K is getting better, but there's still a long ways to go. Boom. Man. That's the only thing that looks weird to me, is that power bomb, where he whips him up a little too fast. But it is pre-alpha, and it looks phenomenal for how early this is. This looks amazing. That is so cool. Now let's go over to their Steam page, and let's check out the description and all the little details. Alrighty then. So here we are over on the Steam page. We just type in Neckbreaker, Visceral Pro Wrestling. It's tagged under Sports, Action, Wrestling, Physics, and 3D Fighter. And now let's read what this says. All right, it says, step into the squared circle in Neckbreaker, the physics-driven pro wrestling game. Physics-driven dynamic gameplay. Smash your opponent into turnbuckles with tangled up in the ropes. Dive from a 20-foot balcony. Use the environment to your advantage, as we saw in the trailer, as you take your competitors to their limits. The active physics system affects every grapple, slam, and strike, leaving no two impacts the same. Now that sounds awesome. Power through with extra strength or feel the overexertion as you struggle to lift your opponent. Feed off the energy of the crowd to build momentum and give you the edge you need to get the 1, 2, 3. So it sounds like it's going to have a momentum system like the Aki games, or AKI, however people say it. I just call them Aki. Rise to the top, climb the ladder to the top in career mode, where each match is a new chapter in your wrestling legacy. Go from rookie to Hall of Fame as a wrestler, or take charge of the show as a booker, or even be in full control of all in the sandbox mode. So basically a universe mode. That's what it sounds like to me. Awesome. Test your skills and endurance in knockout or round robin style tournaments with fully customizable match types. Cool. Take your friends and foes and prove who is the real world champion. So online play, maybe, or just, we'll have to wait and see, or read further. Sculpt your universe. Use the detailed creation suite, yes, to create your perfect fighter, from industry vet to local enhancement talent. Fine-tune their moveset with adjustable moves. Enter the limelight in style with detailed entrance options. This has already sounded better than... I know every video would take a shot at AEW, but $10 million they had a budget. This looks like it's made by one dude. Come on. Alright, customize the arena with colors, decorations, and more. Choose between a 4 or 6-sided ring. Sweet. Features, here we go. Deep grappling and strikes. Unleash a variety of moves with our dynamic grappling and striking system, making every hit feel distinct and impactful. Physics-powered gameplay. Experience every slam and takedown with realistic feel thanks to the active ragdoll physics engine. Sweet. Impactful weapons smash through tables, explode a light tube, die from a 20-foot ladder, or pick up any of the plethora of foreign objects. Crowd momentum. Feel the energy of the crowd rise and fall with the match. The unique system influences your performance. I wonder if they're doing like, what was that, Raw 1 and 2 on the Xbox? They had a weird momentum system where it would go back and forth depending on who had like the momentum of the crowd. And it's been so long since I played that game, I forget exactly how it worked, but I remember that was the defining factor of who would win the match, like who could do finishers. Because I think as you were more over with the crowd, it would give you access to like your finishing moves and stronger attacks and stuff like that, if I remember correctly. Again, it's been like 20 years since I've played those games. Correct me in the comments below. Alright, impactful weapons, smash through tables, I read that, crowd momentum. Robust character creation, sculpt your dream grappler with extensive options in the Create a Wrestler system. Now, not to take another shot at AEW, but the fact that AEW released that game with such a terrible, well, I shouldn't say terrible, but lack of options for Create a Wrestler, that it was an eye-opener, I hope, to every indie developer making a wrestling game. Like, even the Wrestling Code said that they were a little afraid to release a demo or whatever because they saw the negative feedback for the Creation Suite. And they're like, oh crap, we gotta actually have a good Creation Suite if we're gonna have one at all. Otherwise, we'll get eaten alive. So, the fact that he's saying robust character creation suite, I'm going to believe it. I mean, look at Casual Pro Wrestling. That has a better creator wrestler than AEW. Every wrestling game I've played has a better wrestling creator than that game. Anyway, personalize the arena, choose decorations, colors, or even swap between a 4 or 6-sided ring. Reinvent the match. Flexible match rules options gives you the power to decide how the match ends. Ooh. Now that sounds cool. Like maybe it ends if you get hit in the face with a 2x4. Maybe it ends if you break a chair over their head. Maybe stuff like that. Something unique. Or maybe it ends if you throw them into the audience. I wonder if that's what he's getting at. That sounds cool. Endless career. Fight your way to the top in the sprawling wrestler mode. Take charge of the show in Booker mode, or control it all in Sandbox mode. Literally universe mode. Awesome. I really hope Ultra Pro Wrestling has this also, because that's the thing I like to do most, to make my own shows. So hopefully within this mode, you can use your created arena and make your own shows out of it. That would be super sweet. Tournament mode. Put your skills to the test in customizable, dedicated tournaments. Sweet. I don't see an online mode here, unless I'm missing something, but I'm assuming that'll happen eventually. Alright, the developers describe this content like this. Players punch, kick, grab, and throw each other. Blood effects, including splatter and staining, can occur. Players can use weapons such as baseball bats, folding chairs, barbed wire, and various other household items. Some wrestler outfits may be considered revealing. Players are able to taunt one another with gestures such as crotch grabbing or middle fingers. Nice. So I am super stoked for this. Developer Steve Mason. One person. Bro, when I see stuff like this being made by one guy, let's look at these real quick. It blows my mind that AEW failed so badly. I feel like AEW was just trying to do too many things all at once, and it just fell apart. Because it's the base is there. If they had a chance to make a sequel, I guarantee you AEW Fight Forever 2 would be a banger. Like, I mean, this the way this lands here. The entrances, cool dome or arena venue. My bad. Cool camera angles. Doing these moves. They're doing the slight realistic, not super hyper realism, because that's expensive to do. But they look like, you know, people instead of like cartoon characters or chibi characters like in Battlegrounds. But yeah, this looks freaking awesome to me. The more wrestling games the better for me, because I love wrestling games. It's literally my favorite video game genre. And I mean, you've seen the channel. I'm starting to go back to the well here because there's such a lack of new wrestling games. I mean, we got Ultra Pro Wrestling in the works. I don't want them to rush it because that has the potential to be one of the greatest wrestling games of all time. Wrestling Code, depending on when they decide to show it, and I don't know how far along that game is. I feel like that's a ways out. That might be a next gen game. I don't even know what other wrestling games. Oh, Ultra Violence Pro Wrestling is coming out. That looks pretty cool. But yeah, the more wrestling games, the merrier. 2K, like, they have like a lock on the wrestling genre. In fact, they ran the competition out of town and out of business. They've been the only game in town for so long. We need other stuff to play, just to like palate cleanse, you know. I like the 2K games. There's a lot to be desired in those games, though. They come out buggy every year, but for the most part, they're pretty dang fun. I just want an alternative, multiple alternatives, like we had back in the N64. I'm going back buying all these N64 games. Holy crap. There's a lot of them, and they all play different. They're all fun. Except for the Aki ones. They're all kind of similar, but one's more polished than the other. Anyway, so what are your thoughts on this? Are you excited for this game? I'll leave all the links and everything in the description below. Go show him some love. Go wishlist the game. Because when you wishlist the game on Steam, the more it's wishlist, the more that Steam sees that, oh wow, this game's actually people are interested in, and it opens the door for publishers. Because if, let's say, a ton of people have wishlisted the game, publishers might reach out to these indie developers like, oh wow, there's a lot of interest in that. Let's see if we can make a deal with them. I'm not sure if he wants to do that, the developer, but you know, it helps him out a lot. Anyway, thank you for watching. Tell me your comments, thoughts on this. I'm excited. Another new wrestling game, yes. And as always, stay frosty.